Hello everyone. Now, before we start the reading, I'm sure some of you are wondering why it is that I am dressed in military design with war paints. Well, my friends, it's because I'm dressed as any soldier would be dressed for war. Some of you may not be aware, but there is a spiritual war going on as we speak. I've heard a few different spiritual soldiers speak out about the final battle that is occurring this month in January. So I would like to talk to you a little bit about that in my intro videos this month. The final battle, I like to think of it as a video game. And like any final battle or any video game, you spend the entire series prepping and getting ready for this kind of boss character, this kind of final boss at the end. You know, we all have these kind of things in our life. It's these things that we get ready to fight. These things that have become a major battle for us. We all have things that we would like to overcome. We all have things that we're fighting for. We all have things that we're battling. And now these can be emotional wars. These can be spiritual wars. These can be mental wars, and they can very much be physical wars. But the one that I'm speaking about is more so a spiritual and emotional war, which in my opinion is even more serious and could be possibly even more bloody than the wars we've experienced in this physical realm. So, my friends, I've come to you with war paints. Well, my my I don't even know the word. That's how serious I am. I just can't even think of the word right now. This is my interpretation of war paints, because I wanted to visually express to you guys how serious this war is for us. This final battle that's taking place on this in a couple of days with the new moon in Capricorn. Now, for those of you who are a little confused still and who aren't really understanding, Capricorn is the 10th house, and in the 10th house, there you could find the legacy, you could find the government, you find the authority figures of power in our world. And with that being said, you can also find corruption. And I believe that has everything to do with the wars that we're going to be fighting the end of January. These are wars that we spent all of 2016 and 17 and 18 preparing for. And I strongly advise that you guys creatively and mentally and spiritually get ready for the wars that will be fought on the new moon in Capricorn. And I wanted to do the beginning of my videos this way because I know that on different levels we are all fighting different wars in our life. For some of us, we are fighting wars against ourselves. Others of us are fighting wars against our twin flame. Some of us are fighting wars against our shadow self. And as I mentioned, this war, you know, it took years and years and years for us to prepare for it. So needless to say, this final battle, this final boss is pretty gnarly. And we're going to need our entire mind, our entire body, our entire soul and spirit with us all together. It's very important that we face our fears and that we face what's up against us, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be, it's going to be different for all of us. But nonetheless, this new moon in Capricorn on the 15th is really going to reveal the true character of all of us. It's going to be nearly impossible to hide the true character of you, because that's what Capricorn is all about. Capricorn is about the true integrity that lies within a person, and for that matter, the true integrity that doesn't lie in some people. Nevertheless, it will be revealed. This is a very serious month. This is a very serious time. The moon and the sun have not had a chance to be together in Capricorn in a year. And now we have finally reached that point, guys. And as you all may know, Capricorn is a very serious and responsible energy. So this is all about rising above these mountains. These mountains that we climb. Mental mountains, emotional mountains, spiritual mountains, physical mountains. We all have mountains. We all have obstacles, and that's what Capricorn's about. Capricorn is about perseverance and pushing through the obstacles, right? Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. Saturn is all about what restricts us, what places boundaries on us. And I myself, as a Capricorn rising, have been recruited for this war for a very long time. Anyone with Capricorn energy, and let me tell you, we all have Capricorn energy somewhere. For those of you who have Capricorn in the 3rd house, you are being recruited to speak out with integrity. For those of you who have a Capricorn North Node, it is your destiny to fight. For those of you who are Capricorns, you are aware of this war going on. Capricorn Moon, you can feel this war. So wherever your Capricorn energy may be, that's where your integrity lies. That's where your character lies. For me, it's my spirit. And I just wanted to come to you guys today and utilize that Capricorn spirit that I have. So, like all my other videos, I do want to go over a little bit of the astrology, and I want to go over what you can look forward to in my readings this month. Very intense messages this month, guys. I'm going to try to still remain my positive Pisces creative self, obviously. This is me being creative in a more serious way. But yeah, you know, my readings are going to be pretty serious this month. And I mentioned mountains. I'm actually going to be doing a mountain spread. And this is just something that I creatively thought of, and you'll see in your video. So if you would like to continue watching, what you're going to be seeing and what I'm going to be giving you as a message is, I want to reveal to you the mountains of 2018. Possibly the mountains that you've been climbing for years. I want to reveal to you your obstacle. And for some of us, the war that we're fighting is going to be fought with our very own mountains. I don't want you to be afraid. Like, some of you may really get in physical fights, but you know, I'm disappointed if that's true, because it isn't the physical aspect that matters now. It's the spiritual aspect. What are you willing to spiritually fight for? Where does your spiritual integrity lie? Who is your spiritual character? Physical fights, you know, anybody can physically fight, but can you like fight on a soul level? That's what this is about, my friends. So Pisces Priestess is going to show you your final boss in mountain form, because this is Capricorn season. And yeah, I'm going to be doing that. So since Capricorn is the 10th house, I'm going to be using 10 cards to show you what your greatest obstacle is. And I hope you're following me here. I hope this makes sense, and I trust that this will make sense to those who it's supposed to make sense to. So also, on a lighter note, I have 2 special giveaways. Aries being one, and to be honest with you, I forgot to look at my YouTube to see who my second winner is. But Aries, shout out to you. You guys had over 1,000 views. And Aquarius, you guys had over 1,000 views on my last video last month. But Aries made it very soon. I'm very happy about that, because I spoke out last month about, you know, I didn't really have many Aries viewers. And apparently the universe heard me, and a lot of Aries have followed me, and they're giving me a lot of good feedback, and I really appreciate that. So Aries, stay tuned. You will be getting a special giveaway in your reading. I will be using a new deck that I received for a gift. I have not came out and shown anyone this deck yet. I will be doing a whole entire new video of its own, revealing this deck to you. That's going to be something fun, so be on the lookout for that video later on in the month, closer towards the end. And don't worry, everybody else, as a token of my gratitude for all of you, I have made it past 500 followers. And back in the beginning of my journey, when I thought of this YouTube channel, back when I had 12 followers, you know, which still meant the world to me. I never knew, it's not about the followers to me, it's about the message. And, you know, I told myself from day one, when you know, 500 is half of 1,000. Oh man, when I get 1,000 followers, you guys, oh wow, well, I will get creative about how I repay you all for that. I'm talking free readings, extra readings that I upload to YouTube, you name it. I'll be doing, because this matters so much to me, and I hope you can feel that in my readings. So thank you all so much for helping me with my battle. Part of my battle, you know, is being Pisces priestess, and I fight spiritual battles every day. I fight emotional battles with my own light and dark every day. You know, I am enlightened, and part of being a light worker and part of being on this enlightened journey is people think that you're perfect when you're enlightened and when you can do these kind of things, but it couldn't be farther from the truth. When I chose to be an enlightened individual, I chose to wear my darkness, and I chose to wear my light so that I could speak out as an advocate for others who are struggling with their light and their dark. So I truly thank you from the bottom of my serious heart right now for each and every one of you who have followed and subscribed to my channel. I have 600 followers now, so as a token of my gratitude, I will be pulling an extra card for everyone. And it is Capricorn season, which is a little bit more of a mysterious season. So I'll be pulling an extra card to reveal a secret to you from the House of Knights, which I think will be very helpful for the readings. So do look out for that, guys. And as I said, Aries and one other lucky sign, and I guess everyone's just gonna have to watch. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I did not check, and I was so eager to start these videos. I didn't check who liked my videos. But Aries, you hands down, you won every month I give a special reward to whatever sign likes my videos the most and views my videos the most. And Aries, you won the view part. Now, as far as whoever liked my videos the most, I'll have to check, and I will be honest. I'll just check and see what number is the greatest. And so do look out for that. So another lucky sign, and it's going to be a surprise to me too. It might be Pisces, I don't know. But do look out for that, guys. So let's jump into the astrology, and then we will get going with your January readings. So prepare to understand your own mental mountains and spiritual mountains. This is going to be literally a mountain with 10 cards. So I'm very excited. So guys, you know, the astrology part. I have it on my phone this month. We started the month off, well, this is also January, so happy January, you guys. Happy 2018. We started it off immediately. I thought it was very significant that we started the month and year off with a Cancer full moon. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and this is the blue moon, right? You know that saying that people say, they say, oh, once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon, this will happen. Well, it did happen in the beginning of this month, and it was very, very intense. You know, the moon was at home, Saturn was at home, and this opposition between between Cancer and Capricorn was very much felt. I believe all of us are collectively in a different cycle. So we had that full moon in Cancer on the 1st. Another very interesting thing, you guys, is that a lot of these months in January up until April, we have two moons. Usually we only have one full moon, but the way that time has lined up, and yes, it can be explained. It can be explained in a logical way. February only has 28 days, and But I believe that this is an energetic thing. This is energetically designed. This is divine. This is meant to be. We have two moons in January. We have two full moons in February and March. And in April, the moons finally get back on track. So very exciting, very intense energy, right? I'm sure you all can feel it. So we started the month off full moon in Cancer. January 2nd, Uranus went direct in Aries. Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius, so Aquarius. Maybe you guys have felt a little bit more of a relief. I know when Neptune went direct, I felt very forward-minded. I felt I could move forward spiritually. So congratulations, Aquarius. Your ruling planet is finally direct. All the planets are direct right now, guys. This is a huge green light for the universe, for us to go, fight your battles, persevere, move forward, keep going, don't give up. All the things that we wanted to do, we can do them. The planets are rooting for us. So yes, we had Uranus go direct right after the full moon. On January 11th, Mercury entered Capricorn. We have a Capricorn stellium right now, you guys. There are so many planets in Capricorn. We have the moon in Capricorn. Mercury is now in Capricorn. The sun is in Capricorn. Venus has entered Capricorn. Venus entered Capricorn, I believe, the end of last month. We also have Pluto in Capricorn. So this is a super stellium. So much. No wonder my Capricorn rising wanted to dress in army war material, war paint. This is very much a war. And we need to rise up as soldiers against anything that stands in the way between us and our own success. We have a new moon in Capricorn tomorrow. And I wanted to get these videos uploaded before the new moon so that you could have your January messages. I always try to get my videos uploaded before the new moon. So we have a very intense new moon in Capricorn where and I think I'm going to do a whole new video. I'm going to do a whole video on the new moon, you guys, so that we can get these messages out clear. So do look out for that. I told you I would be coming out with a lot more videos. January 17th, Venus enters Aquarius. So right after that new moon, isn't it interesting how we have this intense energy? This is going to ground us. And like I said, we'll talk about the new moon in my new moon in Capricorn videos. I'm going to record those in the next few days as well. Venus enters Aquarius January 17th. The sun enters Aquarius on the 19th. Few days. We are rocking and rolling, guys. We are moving on strong. January 26th, Mars moves into Sagittarius. We'll talk more about that in the Sagittarius video, guys. And then, at the end of this month, we end this month with a gnarly full moon total lunar eclipse in Leo. Okay? We had an eclipse in Leo back in August, so this energy is coming back around, you guys. And then, right after that, on the same day, end of the month, January 31st, we end the month with Mercury entering the alien realm of Aquarius. I'm not sure if you guys know how intense this is. I'm not sure if you know the meaning. And for those of you who don't, Pisces Priestess is going to be here to interpret these things creatively in my thorough way that I usually do in my videos. A lot of stuff, guys, a lot of stuff going on. And obviously there are a lot of different battles, even our own country. I do believe that this is the dawning of a change. I do believe that, and I'm not trying to be Oprah here, Oprah's an Aquarius, but she's right. There is change on the horizon. And I declare, and I see, and I feel that there will be, so over the next 6 months, we will see the beginning of changes in our government. We will see the beginning of changes in our police force. We will see the beginning of changes in the laws of this land. That is what the 10th house is about, and we have the moon and the sun here, you guys. So change is on the way, grounded change. New moons are all about the beginning of things, planting the seeds for the future. So the next 6 months, you guys, it won't be only us who are changing, but our world is changing as well. And when the world changes, we change. And when we change, the world changes. We're all changing together. But before that change can take place, we have to fight for change, like all of the great historical figures of this country have said before. So guys, Welcome to your January videos. Welcome to a new year. Welcome to a new calling. Welcome to the battle. And let's do it together. I do hope that these videos are helpful this month. And I do hope that they are relatable. And I'm really excited to relay these messages to you. So I hope you enjoy your metaphorical mountains. See you in a little bit, guys, in your other videos. Hey, Sag. Welcome to your January video. And I'm not sure if you watched my intro video or not, but this month we're going to be working with a 10-card spread. And it's going to reveal the mountains that you are climbing or that you have been climbing. It's going to reveal some sort of final boss battle for you. And as far as the astrology goes, we do have a few things for Sagittarius. We do have Venus entering, I believe Venus will be entering, no, Venus is entering Aquarius. So for you, oh, Mars. Mars is entering your sign, Sagittarius. So you definitely want to be on the lookout for that. I'm going to check my phone here just so that I can see when that is happening for you. Mars is entering Sagittarius on the 26th of this month, okay? So I believe that is really all that's going on for you because you've been more or less left alone energetically since the Saturn shift and since your solar returns have finished up. Yeah, so that's interesting there. I mean, of course, we still have Jupiter in your 12th house and things like that. But yeah, I think the only thing astrologically for you is just Mars entering Sagittarius. So Mars is the god of war. So you just want to be on the lookout for any hidden aggressions that may happen during that. Because, you know, Mars can bring with it some kind of fiery energies sometimes. Mars rules Aries and Scorpio. So hidden aggression, basically. Other than that, Sagittarius, we do have a Leo eclipse in a fire sign. So I always, you know, think that that's important for you since you're a fire sign. So there's a fiery eclipse at the end of this month. And as far as the energies going on in the universe, we have Cancer and Capricorn energy. Capricorn new moon tonight on the 16th and the 17th, depending on where you live. And we had a full moon at the beginning of this month a couple weeks ago. And for you, that is your 2nd and your 8th house. Capricorn is your 8th house of personal resources and value and finances. And Cancer is your 8th house of hidden. So interesting to realize that Sagittarius has the 8th house of Cancer. Because that means that you guys hide a lot of emotion. You know, for anyone thinking that Sagittarius is not emotional, they are sadly mistaken because Sagittarius, they do have a lot of emotion. And those emotions are passionate. So that's pretty much it going on, except for the fact that we had that the full moon took place in your 8th house. So there may be certain new beginnings and completions going on with your hidden emotion and your intimacy, you know, sex life, things like that. Some sort of completion there or new beginning. And the new moon that we have today is more so planting the seeds for the future of your finances. So this is a wonderful time for you to set the intent, whether this is just meditating or whether this is writing out your intent. Every new moon I write out what I would like to manifest for my future, and then I burn it on the full moon. So we have this opportunity here tonight in the sky with the moon and the sun in Capricorn to really, and this is great because Capricorn is all about finances. So it's really great that you have your second house finance, like you have a stellium, you have a bunch of energy there in your 2nd house. So you can use Mercury, you can use Saturn, you can use Pluto, you can use the sun, the moon, Venus. All those energies can help you set the intent for your future finances. And I know that Saturn has been in your 2nd house now. So even though he's left you guys alone, he's like really molesting your wallet, and he's really like hurting your wallet there. So I know that that can be kind of a nuisance. So if you're a Sagittarius and you've been dealing with any kind of struggles in the financial department, please use tonight. Tonight is a great night to manifest anything. Take out a piece of paper, write what you'd like to see happen in your finances. So all about your second house and your 8th house, Sagittarius. So other than that, let's get your reading going. So this is for Sagittarius spirits, and we're doing their mountain. So I would like, all right, well, first we have a message. We have the Judgment card, and we have the Four of Pentacles coming out for you, Sagittarius. So the Four of Pentacles is all about holding on. So here we go, these finances that I was just talking about. This is a real need to hang on tight to your finances because, you know, a lot going on in your second house. Capricorn is an earth energy, so there's a lot going on, you know, with this cardinal earth energy in the sky. So I do see that you're hanging on tight to these finances, the finances that you do have. A lot of people think that this card has something to do with greed, but I don't see that for you. I see that you're just hanging on to the pentacles that you do have because Saturn is restricting all of your other pentacles. So this is the Four of Pentacles here. So you're literally like using your head, you have your feet. Look at how protective he is over these pentacles. So you're very protective over your finances right now. And you also have some sort of second chance with your finances as well because of this Judgment card. And other than that, I just see that there's some sort of awakening here happening financially, or some sort of second chance that you're not letting go of, Sagittarius. It depends. It depends. You want to use your own intuition here, but the main message I'm hearing for is a second chance with your finances, especially because that very much applies to you, Sag. So there may be some sort of awakening that happens financially with you, because this is a message that did come out for you. And what do you know? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So don't worry, Sagittarius. I do believe things are going to turn around for you financially. You may have some sort of random job opportunity, some sort of random financial gain, because the universe is really coming through for you here with this Ace of Pentacles. Underneath that, we do have the Five of Wands. So this is energy going in a lot of different directions, and I think your finances are kind of going in a lot of different directions right now, right? And you want them to just go all in one direction. But you just have to wait on this new beginning, especially because your card just came up. So there's some sort of new beginning for Sagittarius where their energy was quite scattered, possibly when Saturn was still in your sign. It's so beautiful to see you guys here with this new beginning. And right underneath that is literally the Balanced Finances card. So you can't fake this energy, and then of course you're having a lot of mental anxiety about that, right? So your cards are already telling me a story. You are very much hanging on tight to your finances, but there's some sort of awakening that happens there, some sort of new beginning with finances. A lot of energy going everywhere with Sagittarius right now, and you just want to balance things. But I do see that there is a new beginning. The Fool card is all about a new beginning, and look where it's taking place at. It's taking place with this Ace of Pentacles. I mean, your guys' card just came up right with that. And the Sagittarius card is all about moderation. So now is the time to balance your finances. I mean, Saturn, you know, Saturn probably taught you guys a lot. He taught you guys restrictions and boundaries. So now you just need to relate those restrictions and boundaries to your finances. And now we have another message coming out, you guys. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Swords. So this is change happening in areas of your life that were very betraying to you. There was some sort of betrayal that took place. Someone who took a lot from you mentally, took a lot from you emotionally, spiritually, physically. This is just rather a card that carries energy of a betraying and of a take. And something I always like to point out about this card is that this man, he thinks he's getting away with something sneaky, right? He's literally stealing these swords from an army base. But if you look back here, there are people that can see what he's doing. You see that army base? They see what he's doing. And this fool is not even looking where he's going. So he is bound to trip, and he might even land on one of those swords, and he might get instant karma. So I do believe that anyone who has treated you unfairly, Sagittarius, the universe is trying to show you that the Wheel of Fortune is changing. You may not experience some of these, more of these take energies, because the wheel is changing for you. This is good luck, opposed to someone who just took from you, right? The love is coming in for you. Love is transforming. I think a lot of you purged out a lot of these take energies, you know, over the last couple of months. So that's very good to see, Sagittarius, that betrayal is shifting in your life, because I don't like that you guys are, you know, being betrayed or anything like that. But I love to see the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Sun. We have the Sun. This is one of the most powerful, happy cards coming out for you, Sagittarius, and that's a part of your mountain. So perhaps the mountains that you are climbing now have a lot to do with just remaining happy. After a very dark time in your life, after 3 years long of restriction and boundaries and rules and regulation. New love. What a positive reading. The sun shining, prosperity, abundance, happiness. Wow. What else for Sagittarius, Spirit? 2 more cards for the first row, please. We have a slider. 3 of Cups. Celebration. Celebration. Things are turning around for you, Sagittarius. 1 more card for the first row, please, with Sagittarius. And I'm sorry about the glare. The sun is setting right now. It's like 5. The sun is setting, and I have an awful glare. I wonder if I'm going to try to close my blind here. See if that helps at all. I'm not sure if you can see that a little better now. But it is the sun setting, and you know, sometimes it has an awful glare. I'm not sure if you can see very well, but I'll do my best to show you. So 1 final card for Sagittarius, please, for this row. Okay, we do have the 8 of Cups coming out. So you did leave a lot of things behind, Sagittarius, and you're starting some sort of spiritual journey. So that is the beginning of your mountain there. Now let's move up. Get the rest of your reading. Okay, we had the Queen of Pentacles and the Moon card. I don't know. This kind of popped back over, so I'm not really sure. I guess I'm just going to go with my intuition here. And I am going to use this for your reading because it's 3 cards and this is what it's meant to be. So, okay. We'll just lay these down here. We have a Pisces coming up for your guy. We have the Sun and the Moon as well in your reading, but the Moon card is a Cancer or a Pisces, but it is the Pisces card. And at the bottom of the deck we have the 2 of Cups, so there's some sort of union. All right, 2 cards please for the next row for Sagittarius to place right up above this. 2 cards please. All right, the Knight of Swords, interesting. Charging forward towards those finances that you want to reclaim, and towards your feelings and emotions. Okay, 1 more card, please, to validate the Knight of Swords. I do believe we have the Magician here. Yes, we have the Magician. So this is charging forward mentally. Okay, this is really important here. 1 last card, please, Spirit. 1 last card for Sagittarius, please. It's the last card. It's the top of their mountain. So I do pray that this is relatable. What is the card that could best explain Sagittarius, the top of their mountain that they're climbing? The top of their mountain that they're climbing. What is the top of this mountain that Sagittarius is climbing? 1 card to place right up top. Okay, interesting. I do believe this is the only card that flew out. And we have the Hierophant. So the top of your mountain is you learning a lot. The Hierophant, and then at the bottom of the deck we have some weird ass energies. We have the 5 of Swords. So we'll get to that in a minute, you guys. But I do see that there's some happiness going on after that. We'll talk about that deck, but we'll leave that there for now. So wow, here we go, Sagittarius. This is your obstacle. This is your mountain here for January. So let's go ahead and start at the beginning. We're gonna talk about the foundation of your mountain, which are these cards right here. These cards this is the foundation of your mountain, and this is where the battle begins. So it's so interesting that the Sun card would come out for you first. So this is the beginning here. And this is the Sun card, like I said, is such a positive energy. This could be a Leo energy for some of you, because Leo is ruled by the Sun. But for most of you, I'm really just hearing that the positivity is coming back into your life. I told you that that wheel was turning. So this is a celebration. This is prosperity, abundance. This is love and light and warmth and happiness and joy. We see this like little child here riding on this sun. Riding on this horse with the sun shining, beaming with these sunflowers. I mean, just such a positive energy. I feel it. I feel the positive energy coming from you guys. You're ready to celebrate. You're pure. You're happy. You're like this naked little child, like ready to just run into the sun and start this new journey. But it's interesting because this has everything to do with the mountain that you're climbing. So it's like the sun is lighting your way. You have the sun and the moon here. So this is very much about the new moon in Capricorn. And that these battles are taking place, well, they're starting today. They're starting with this new moon in Capricorn. But we've been fighting these battles for a long time. And for you, it's like the sun was always there trying to warm you, Sagittarius. The sun was always there trying to light your way. But I feel that for some of you, there was some sort of energy keeping you from the happiness for a long time, because I am feeling that this is very new energy for you. Even though something is telling me that you've had this all along, and I have this sensation that someone or something or some place or some situation, well, you know, just to say it bluntly, I don't feel that you've been happy for a long time. So that's why this is coming up for your mountain, because this is the mountain of happiness. This is the mountain that you need to climb in order to really feel and accept this happy energy. After a long time of feeling the doom and the gloom, you know, the universe is trying to get you to see the other side of that coin. So there is sunshine here for you, Sagittarius, and you are a fire sign. You're all about warmth. The sun is fiery, you know. So this is the happiness. Whether you've been happy or whether you're just regaining this happiness, the sun is here for your reading, and it's very beautiful. Where you had a wall up for a long time, but now you've planted sunflowers along that wall, and the sun is beating down on those sunflowers, making you grow, making these flowers grow around you. Happiness. And I do see this right next to the Ace of Cups. So remember I said in the beginning of this reading that Sagittarius is low-key emotional. Not many people know that Sagittarius is emotional, but I would say that Sagittarius is pretty emotional. The Ace of Cups comes out for people who have been hiding their emotion for a long time, and they're finally ready to express this emotion. So you're finally ready to express this emotion now that you're aware of it. This is emotional awareness. You're like aware of these emotions that are flowing through you now, Sag. We see this white dove and this white horse. So what you're aware of, you're very pure. Sagittarius is one of the most light signs ever. So you're pure. You want to ride this purity. You want to fly with this purity. Your emotions are pure. What your physical body, you know, is pure. You're pure. And this is emotional awareness. I believe that you're finally aware of certain emotions now, where before maybe you weren't. So this is an emotional mountain for you, and this is an emotional happiness, an emotional awareness, and emotional warmth as well. Healing. The sun heals, the Ace of Cups heals, and it's just beautiful. Okay, this is a very beautiful energy. The Ace of Cups also talks of new love. So not only are you ready to feel these new emotions, but it could be some sort of new love interest. That is awakening you and warming you to these new emotions. And I think they're just all happening at the same time. This new love or some sort of new emotional opportunity. The sun is shining all at the same time. It's like synchronicities in the universe just showing you the way, Sagittarius. And now the emotions are flowing when before there was some sort of blockage with your emotion. But I do see that this is new love for you. The awareness of some sort of new love. If you're not relating to that, then I do believe that there's something in your life that you're becoming more emotionally aware of. But for others of you, I'm hearing strongly from the angels that there's a new love opportunity that the sun is showing you. And next is the Three of Cups. So we have prosperity and emotional happiness and healing, and now we have a celebration. So you really want to, like, look at this Ace of Cups and this Three of Cups. Like, you are celebrating these emotions. Well, this mountain is about doing this. Celebrate those new emotions that you're finding, Sagittarius, because the waters are pouring. They're ever flowing. And, you know, sometimes the way to heal is with your friends and your family and with certain celebrations. Instead of hiding these emotions, embrace them and celebrate them with other emotional people. You know, this is kind of like a cheers going on. Like, they're all cheersing you people. They're all cheersing each other, I want to say. Like, cheers, you know, they're put your glasses up. Raise your glass of emotion and be happy and celebrate the transformation that has happened with you emotionally. I do see a lot of cup cards here so the fact that your foundation starts with sun, cup, 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 I do feel that this mountain is about emotional awareness for you. Now, okay, some people say that this is three-party situations. So, you know, you may be torn between three different people, or you may have a lot of different options now that this sun is warned you and there's some sort of new beginning of awareness here. So you might have a lot of different options, Sagittarius. A lot of different suitors coming your way, trying to turn up with you and love you and celebrate you. And that's what happens when you know, some people don't understand energy like that. But when you remove a negative energy from your life, or when you allow some sort of positive energy to come in for you, then other energies can match that vibration, and it gives them the room, you know. Like, energy is real, and if you let that energy be occupied by something negative, then other good prosperity, it can't reach. It can't come in. So I think now your options are widening. Now that the sun is shining in your way, now that Saturn's out of your sign, now that your birthday's over, you know, you've put a lot of stuff behind you. Literally, that's what's coming up next. You've put a lot behind you, and you're ready to move forward and celebrate now with possibly more than one person. You may have some sort of emotional decision. You could feel a lot of different emotions right now, but I'm just hearing that Spirit is encouraging you to celebrate the different ways that you feel. Whereas before, maybe you wanted to keep them in the dark. Maybe you didn't really want to feel these emotions, but you know, it's very important now that you are honoring the way that you feel, because this cup is going to flow no matter what. This cup is definitely going to flow. I mean, look at it. You can't really tell where it starts and begins. So you may feel that way a little bit emotionally, but I do see the sun here though. So the sun is shining on these emotions for you. And you're being encouraged to celebrate that, maybe with other emotional people. Now, for some of you, yeah, it could be some sort of third-party situation, but I'm really not feeling that for most of you. I'm more so seeing this as a celebration, because I feel that there was, like with the Ace of Cups, this is a situation where, you know, you weren't feeling for a really long time, and now you are. So, you know, they always say that in order to know what a card means, you want to look to the cards that are surrounding it. So, you know, in some situations, this could be a third-party situation, but I don't really see that with you, Sagittarius, because I see that you're just in because we have the sun. That's a celebratory energy. In the Ace of Cups, that's a celebratory energy. There's a lot of positivity. But okay. I do see for maybe a handful of you, it might be like maybe 5 or 6 of you watching, there could have been some sort of third-party situation that you're leaving behind, okay? Because the more I focused on that, okay, I do see that there is a slight message, but I just want you to know that there's so much more here about positivity and celebration than there is about, you know, negativity. Your reading is pretty positive, honestly. But for some of you, there are third-party situations that you're leaving behind, because I do see the 3 of Cups with the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is all about leaving behind something that was emotionally draining for you, or that was materialistic, and you're leaving it behind for a more spiritual journey. So it could be possible that there was some sort of third-party situation you were involved with, possibly someone who was emotionally connected to more than one person. Or, you know, also the 3 of Cups is all about drinking and celebrating as well. So someone could be drinking a lot or just turning up a lot, and you're just walking away from that kind of energy because you're not really about that. Like maybe you're just focused more on a spiritual and emotional journey than you are, you know, turning up and celebrating with a bunch of people, right? So it depends on you, Sag. I'm not really sure how that's going to relate to all of you differently, but I'm hearing several different messages. And I'm seeing a lot of cups. So I know that this is a lot of emotion for you. And it's interesting that we have the 8 of Cups here now. The 8 of Cups, like I said, is all about walking away. But, you know, it's about walking away from the materialistic life. So I do see that the sun is shining more so on your emotions now. So you're becoming more emotionally aware. Whereas before, maybe you were more about the physical life. Maybe you were more about... Because you are, you know, a Sagittarius, they work really hard. And, you know, I do believe that the material world is important to Sagittarius. But here we have an energy, and it's interesting, he's literally climbing a mountain. And that's very interesting that I just noticed that, because this is all about a mountain that you're climbing, and he literally is choosing to climb this mountain. So the mountain, this is your foundation. This is where the mountain begins for you. And literally it begins with you making the emotional decision to leave behind materialistic, you know, you just, I guess maybe you're just not feeling the value anymore in your materialistic life. You know, you've all of a sudden there's some sort of new awareness about emotion, and you're like, you know, there's more for me on the horizon. You know, we have this moon here, we have the sun and the moon here. So this is the new moon tonight. We have the sun and the moon in your reading. So there's something there about the moon and the sun as well. Like the sun is about awareness, the moon is about what's hidden. So when you combine those energies, it's very, very powerful. And it's almost as if you're becoming enlightened and becoming, you know, another word for Sagittarius is expansion, and ascension is the word I was looking for. So your ascension process is expanding. And when that happens, you know, when you start a new spiritual journey, you lose interest in the physical realm. You lose interest in the physical things like money. And that's very interesting because we have a lot of energy in your second house, but we're coming up on Aquarius season. So that's not going to be your second house anymore, even though Saturn, he's going to stay in your second house. But the sun and the moon and Venus and Mercury, they're all going to move into your third house. They're all going to move into your third house of communication. And that's the opposite house of you. You're the ninth house. The third house is opposite from you. So I just see that you literally do decide, probably today or the 17th or around the 18th or maybe the 19th, but soon you decide, you know, you combine the sun and the moon's energy, and this is the new moon. And you know, and that's all about setting new intentions. That's all about planting seeds for your future. And I think that you do that here in this card, and you choose to turn your back on certain emotional situations. And it's interesting that there's these 3 cups up here. You see how there's all these cups down here, and then there's only 3 up here. So I do see that some of you really are walking away from third-party situations, because here are those 3 of cups, and here are those 3 of cups there, and your back is turned, and you're walking towards the night, and you're just like gonna disappear into the shadows on a spiritual journey. And a lot of people are gonna be wondering what the hell Sagittarius is doing, but really they're just on a very spiritual path, and they're finally ready because the sun, I think your emotions were what was missing, and that's why your mountain has a lot to do with that. So there's a foundation, and I feel that there's even more to say about that, but we're going to tie in the rest of your mountain to those energies, okay? So we climb the mountain here, and it goes to the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, okay, this is a Capricorn energy. This is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy. Very earthy, grounded energy, and this is your second house. Capricorn is your second house, guys. So this is all about value and finances. Now, it's so interesting that this would come up right after you decided to leave all that behind, right? Like, that's kind of contradicting, but Spirit has a message here for you. So the Queen of Pentacles, she's very focused on her finances, and she's very focused on the value that she has. And I do see that there's a rabbit here. I always notice this about the Queen of Pentacles. So there's some sort of new journey happening with the finances. And I do see that you perhaps were before, maybe you were being taken from financially, maybe you were distracted financially, but the Queen of Pentacles is very, very grounded in her own value and finances. Like, she doesn't really allow people to steal or manipulate her wallet, you know. So this is interesting. This is literally Saturn in your second house of finances. And she has like 1 pentacle there, right? But she honors that 1 pentacle. And I don't want you to get too caught up on the fact that that's a pentacle, because one thing that I always say is that that pentacle can represent anything. It could be a relationship that you value. It could be yourself. It could be a family member or some sort of situation that is of value. Whatever you value, Sag, is what this pentacle represents for you. And you're holding it near and dear to your heart, and you're looking down on it. You're meditating about it. You're in reflection about it. So this is like some sort of new journey. So I do see that finances have a bit to do with your mountain as well. And we put this card right here. So it's being clarified by, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's being clarified by the Sun and by the Ace of Cups. So what that tells me is that the Sun is also Along with your emotions, the sun is also allowing you to see and be aware of new financial opportunities. You know, I do see very much independence here. Some sort of new beginning of, maybe you were sharing finances before in a third party situation, and now, you know, you're more so focused on your own value, which I love to see. And another thing that I just noticed is that in the back of this picture here, we do have a mountain. So this is all, mountains are very symbolic here in this reading. So we have the mountain that you're climbing here financially is right close to that pinnacle. So other than finances, I do see that it's important for you to know your own value now. It's important for you to start some sort of new beginning of your own personal value, and for you to honor whatever it is that you've learned new about yourself. The sun is actually pretty predominantly, it's in this card behind her. It's a very sunny card. We see the yellow behind her, and we see the growth. So you want to ground yourself in your own personal values too, Sag, and really hold those near and dear to you, especially because the sun is literally lighting your path to these newfound financial situations. This could be your career, your long-term goals. I mean, you guys have second house Capricorn. So you guys naturally, by the zodiac wheel, you naturally view your finances in a more grounded way like that. And, you know, it's very important for Sagittarius to be grounded financially because of your second house. Very serious second house that you guys, everybody has a different second house. And for you, you know, it's all about career, it's your legacy, it's your long-term goals. And I think that's what you're focusing on here with this Queen of Pentacles. And like I said, for some of you, it could be some sort of female Capricorn. And we have the sun here. So the sun is shining on that emotional situation. And I see that your finances and your value and, you know, some sort of grounded energy, the Ace of Cups is healing that. The Ace of Cups is like, might be a new love. Some of you might have a new grounded Capricorn coming into your life, because this is new love, new healing love with a Capricorn female energy. So this person might have Capricorn female energy in their chart as well, like a rising or their moon sign or something with that energy though. And the sun is shining on it, and it's very healing. So, very interesting there. So we'll see if there's any more with that. But moving on, we have the moon card. And this is the Pisces card. So for some of you, you may be dealing with either a Pisces or a Cancer, because the moon card is Pisces, but the moon is ruled by Cancer. And also this may be the moon, the full moon that happened on the 1st of January, or possibly the new moon that's happening tonight. Because another thing about this card is that it has the sun and the moon in it. So we see that here in this card, the sun and the moon. And we also see that here in this card. So I do believe that this battle takes place for you, or at least it starts tonight. It starts on this Capricorn new moon, which is your second house of value and personal resources. So this is also, guys, about you having everything on your own. You know, maybe you don't like to look too much to other people for financial assistance or for any kind of help or anything like that. Well, the good thing about the Queen of Pentacles is that she's very independent. And this pentacle represents everything that she has personally. So you have, you know, your own personal resources now, which can be very, very, you know, a very huge accomplishment. Now this moon card, though, coming up right after the Queen of Pentacles, I hate this, but some people say that this is a secretive, some sort of illusion or something like that. But they only say that because that's Pisces energy. But I am a Pisces, so I'm more enlightened about what this card means. So for me, this is about your inner feelings. And I do know that the moon card has this sort of path in it, if you can see. And what do you know? That path is literally leading you up your mountain. If you can see that there, right there in the middle between the dog and that wolf, it's leading you. And then in the distance, there are these mountains. So it's so interesting how there are mountains in your reading, Sagittarius. And definitely mountains in this card as well in the background. He's literally on his way up a mountain. So this is the way that you feel during this journey. You know, your feelings are very much important. Cancer is your 8th house of hidden emotion. So I do see that some of you may have been hiding some sort of emotion. Perhaps you are trying to be more of a grounded, realistic, more of a Capricorn energy. Because of your second house of finances, you're more so trying to indulge in that area in your life. But, you know, Sag, you definitely have feelings as well about this mountain and about this battle that you're fighting. So, and you know, this is coming up right here by the Ace of Cups. So there's definitely some feelings here. And we place this card right here. And I am seeing this as a Pisces energy for some of you. And it's interesting because Pisces is ruled by Jupiter as well as you. So, you know, Sag and Pisces are kind of a team there. And we put this card right here. So there's some sort of hidden emotions about a financial situation. And there's also some emotion about that Three of Cups. So for some of you, I do see that you're celebrating your emotion. You're celebrating these newfound feelings that you're aware of. I see a lot of emotion here. Perhaps even grounded emotion, financial emotion, new beginnings with the emotions. But the moon here is really, really some hidden emotion that is just pouring down. And I like that because when you release emotion, you release tenseness that you didn't even know existed. You know, so it's better, Sagittarius, for you to I guess, let's see, embrace this emotion instead of avoid it. And I do see that this mountain has a lot to do with embracing emotion opposed to avoiding it. And for a few of you, there was a third-party situation. Some sort of new love came in, and there's a third-party situation there, which caused a lot of hidden emotion and hidden secrets, or maybe there's an illusion of a third party. But for the most part, I just see that this is new emotion. And this is symbolic for a Pisces. Someone might have a new Pisces coming in their life because this is being validated by the Ace of Cups. So that new love coming in, that new love offer, that new feeling, it might have something to do with something around the new moon in Capricorn. And a Pisces coming into your life around the new moon causing, you know, more emotional feelings and some sort of love because it's by the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is literally a new love card. And I'm seeing that for some of you, you really do have some sort of new love coming in with a Pisces or a Cancer. You don't want to leave Cancer out because Cancer is ruled by the moon as well. So next up we have the Ace of Wands. And it's interesting, I didn't even, you know I laid your cards there, but I guess I didn't really see it. But this is a fire energy, Sagittarius. And it's interesting that we don't have, oh yes we do, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we don't have, okay, we have Swords and Pentacles and Wands and Cups. So you have all the energies and you literally have the Magician. So he has all the suits as well. But I would say that the most of your reading is water. So I would say that this mountain is mostly about, and the majority is about your emotion. So this Ace of Wands, though, is a fiery energy, and this is a new passionate beginning. This is new passion coming through from the universe. We see this hand kind of coming out of the sky, and I love this. And what do you know? There are mountains in the back of this picture as well. So, and we see the trees here and the water. So there's a new passionate beginning that grounds you, and it's a new passionate beginning with the flow of your emotions as well. You like kind of become grounded in your emotions. So okay, this energy here for some of you means grounded emotion. You know, you're really going to need to ground your emotion during this fight and during this battle because, you know, you kept a lot of emotion in for a while, Sagittarius. So it's time for you to really ground yourself in these new emotions that you're feeling for the first time. You know, after being numb for a while, everyone needs a chance to kind of feel these feelings and take it slow and just allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling now, because there's a lot of new change happening all at once. So at the bottom here, I did see that there was some sort of grounded emotion, and I see that here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Moon. And that might be a little challenging because grounded and emotions, they rarely go together, but you know, that's why you're climbing this mountain, Sagittarius, because you're going to show everyone how it is that you can be grounded and emotional at the same time. And let me just say, I'm very fond of that energy because I have a Capricorn rising and a Taurus moon, but I'm a Pisces. So I literally symbolize a person whose main goal in life is to ground themselves in their emotion. So other than that, this is a passionate beginning though. I love this for you because you are a fire sign. So this is like an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but this is your wand. This is the universe giving you this fiery, passionate wand. This is creativity, some sort of new beginning, because this ace, any ace card is like a number 1. So it's like a new beginning with passion. And a new beginning with like love or creativity, some sort of project. But this is a magical wand though. So you can do whatever you want with this magical wand. And it's like you have this secretly, because we place this here right next to the moon. And so you're celebrating. I don't even see this 3 of Cups as a third party situation. Like, it's celebration. Plenty to celebrate about. Nobody gives a shit about third party situations because they're behind us. But yes, I do see here that you're celebrating this newfound power that you have, Sagittarius. You know, for a long time, this power was hidden deep down inside you, but some sort of awakening happened, and now you are aware of your power, and you are the king of your own castle. You're the king of the mountain, king of the hill, and you're celebrating this new passion that you have. You're celebrating this new freedom that you feel. You're celebrating the passion that you gained when you walked away from materialistic people, places, and things. This can also symbolize negative emotion that you walked away from, because these cups, he's walking away from these feelings here. So some feelings, you know, you have to decide whether these feelings are positive or negative for you. And I see a little bit of both for all of you. But nonetheless, you are very, very proud and happy. And you have the power now that it takes. And you're celebrating that. You're celebrating how powerful you are now that you've walked away from these certain negative emotions. And that is very beautiful. And we can't forget to mention that right in the center, this is the center of your reading, this moon card. So I would say that in the middle of this this mountain has a lot to do with your feelings, has a lot to do with things that were hidden before. But let's not forget that the sun card started this whole thing out right here. The sun card is it's kind of hard to hide from the sun, right? It's like the biggest star in our universe. So the sun lights everything up. And then we have the moon here, an opposite energy in the middle of your reading. So I feel that has to do with more so your inner feelings. So this mountain has a lot to do with the way that you felt inside for a long time. And now those emotions are flowing out with positivity. So it's time to embrace that. You need to embrace that on the way up your mountain. Howling at the moon, you know, like some sort of watery figure. You're more emotional now, Sagittarius. So we move up your mountain here, and we have the Knight of Swords. So this is when the energy kind of picks up, and this is a mental energy. This is the only sword card that you have. So I would say, because this is your only, well, we do have this card, but that's an underlying energy. So this might be the reasoning for this Knight of Swords. This is a victorious energy for one of these figures. Like for this guy, it's pretty victorious, but for the people behind him, they don't really seem too happy, right? And then look even closer, we have mountains back there. So here we are again during these emotional battles, and I see that there's clouds. So this might be an energy that was more so mentally cluttered and mentally like foggy. And I do think that might relate here to this Knight of Swords, because this is another cloudy energy. So you're charging forward very quickly. The Knight of Swords is all about charging forward in action, and he doesn't really care about the consequences. He's just ready to draw his sword and to fight. So this is how you feel mentally, Sagittarius, especially after all this stuff. By the time you reach the top of your mountain, you're really ready to charge forward mentally to create some sort of change or some sort of action here. You're very protected mentally, I see, and you're just ready. And here it's interesting that you were on a white horse here as a child, and then we see again a white horse here. So what that tells me is that you're coming from a pure place. You know, your actions are based on purity, so that's good. But you know, you may need this energy to charge forward to something. This is a battle energy, and this is about the final battle. So by the top of your mountain, when you reach the final boss, you're ready to charge forward with action. And we put that here next to the Queen of Pentacles in the Moon card. So there may be some sort of battle between, I'm seeing a Pisces and a Capricorn, but I'm also seeing your emotions and some sort of grounded figure, maybe emotions and finances, but nonetheless, this Knight of Swords is in between them, and you're like charging forward towards this Queen of Pentacles. So you might be charging forward to your second house of Capricorn. You're charging forward with your value in mind. You're done with being mentally clouded. You're ready to charge forward and use that sword to cut anything negative out of your life. You're ready to charge forward emotionally too. It's interesting how I've seen you grow through this reading. There were new emotions at first and you're walking away, and now you're embracing these emotions and you're actually fighting for yourself emotionally for the first time in a long time. So that's very positive to see that you're really fighting for mental clarity. So your mountain has a lot to do with mental clarity as well, which might have something to do with why the moon and the sun are in your reading, because those are two opposing energies. It's kind of like wanting to be seen and wanting to be hidden at the same time. So there may be some sort of energy in your life like that. And the Knight of Swords is charging forward, ready to battle. So you're ready, Sagittarius. You're ready to fight. You're ready to battle, especially after everything you've been through. And you're going to remain pure during the whole thing. And you're also very protected during this battle as well. Your emotions are protected. Your finances, your value is protected. You have the power. You have the Ace of Wands during this battle. And the Magician is coming up now. So this is another really cool energy to have in this mountain of yours, because one cool thing about the Magician is he has all the suits. He has swords, cups, pentacles, and wands. And you have a sword, you have pentacles, you have cups and wands in your reading as well. The only wand energy you have, though, is the Ace of Wands. So I do see that you're starting new. You're starting over like with your passions. And so your passions there's really some sort of new beginning with your passion, because that's the only passionate card you have. And as far as pentacles, the only pentacle card you have is the Queen of Pentacles. Well, you have the Hierophant as well. So the Hierophant is a Taurus card. She's up at the top there. So, that's an earth energy as well. But mostly you have water energy. So I see that there's a few things there that have a lot to do with emotion. But the Magician has all the suits. So you could literally choose whatever you want. If you need emotion, cup. If you want finances or value, then you would want to choose the pentacle. And mental communication is the sword, and passion and creativity is the wand. But there's no need to really choose, because the Magician, he can pretty much summon anything that he needs at any time. And we see him here, he's covered in light. And he has his magic wand as well. You see this magic wand here. So he's very magical, and he has infinity on the brain. He literally is infinite. He has infinite magic. That is so Sagittarius. But, this is the Mercury card. So Mercury is Virgo and Gemini. And Mercury has a lot to do with your communication and your mental. So I do see that mentally, you are the Magician now. You've been through a great deal. And all of it was for the best, because now you are very magical and you're very, very powerful and creative. And we place that here by the Moon card and the Ace of Wands. So to have the Ace of Wands and the Magician in your reading, I see that Sagittarius is very, very magical and powerful. I mean, it's the Magician. Magician, it literally has the word magic in it. So you want to use that Ace of Wands to create that magic. I always say Sagittarius is such a magic sign. You're the 9th house. You're ruled by the biggest planet in the zodiac sign, and it's in Scorpio. So, there's a lot of hidden magic with you. And I know that you're really, this Knight of Swords with this Magician shows me that you're ready to charge forward mentally. Whereas before, you could have been dealing with some sort of manipulation, but the sun has really, really showed you. Sagittarius had Saturn in their sign for a very long time, being restricted. There wasn't much that the angels could do for you, because you were under the grip of a very important lesson that you were karmically destined to learn. So now that that's over, and now that your birthdays have passed, you have a lot of strength now. You have a lot of mental strength. You have a lot of mental energy. So you're charging forward with this kind of magic, which is so great to see. And this may be hidden magic. You may be the hidden magician. Magicians are kind of distracting. They can kind of disappear and reappear whenever they want. And that's so interesting that the Pisces card is here as well, because Pisces are known for that. So Pisces is a magical energy. Sagittarius, we have a lot of opposition here. And we have the Ace of Wands. So you're the hidden magician. You have some sort of hidden power. And don't worry, we're going to pull a card here to reveal what's hidden to you. So who knows, it may have some sort of relationship to that hidden energy. But I do see that you're the hidden magician and you have a hidden Ace of Wands. So we've climbed and we've climbed and we've climbed, and now we've reached the top of your mountain, Sagittarius, and it's the Hierophant card. So the Hierophant card is all about tradition. It's all about learning, and so are you. You're all about philosophy. So it's interesting that when you reach the top of your mountain, you're kind of this, you embody this kind of teaching position. So obviously at the end of this mountain, you've learned a great deal. Like, you've learned a lot, Sagittarius. And this is about teaching what you know. This is about sharing your wisdom, you know, about battles that you fought. You see these two people down here. This Hierophant is kind of, he's being kind of an advisor to them. He's kind of teaching them. These people are here to listen to his lesson. So, and here you go again with this wand in your hand. The Hierophant card has a wand in his hand. So it's interesting there that we have the Hierophant. I know that you're going to be in a position to teach when you conquer this mountain, and you will. When you conquer this mountain, you're going to be in a position to really spread that knowledge, especially as a Sagittarius. You know, you could really teach the wisdom that you share. And other than that, I mean, some of you may be dealing with a Taurus. I'm not sure if you have Taurus energy in your chart. But other than that, this is the fixed earth sign. So I do see that you're going to be very stable and very grounded. That's why the Queen of Pentacles was showing up here too, because this mountain was to teach you how to firmly ground yourself, and not only in a physical way, but in your emotions and in your spirit, spiritually grounding yourself, emotionally grounding yourself, financially. But either way, I do sense a very stable energy, and God knows that you fought for it. You definitely climbed a pretty gnarly mountain to get to that fixed and stable position. So that's your mountain, Sagittarius. And we're going to take a little bit of a look here at these energies that are underlying. So we have the Five of Swords, and I was talking to you about that energy. There may be some sort of, this is literally a final battle. So you may need to battle people or places or things, some sort of energy in your life that has caused you mental anxiety. And they've taken a lot from you as well. So this is the final battle, and this is so interesting that you literally are on top of a mountain here. This card here, the Seven of Wands, is literally someone who's reached the top of a mountain, and these wands here are all being held by men below him. They're trying to knock him off his throne. So this is about staying on your feet. This is about perseverance and staying strong and staying grounded, and that's exactly where you reach. So once you reach the top of this mountain, don't let energies like this knock you off of your foundation. And then we have the Ten of Cups. So there's some sort of emotional fulfillment here and happiness in the home. This is a very happy and harmonious energy. But right beneath that, we have the Seven of Swords. So it's almost as if there's always this sneaky energy. This is about doing something in the light, you know, it coming into the light when you're doing it in the light, but it's something sneaky, someone in your life. So to have the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, you want to look out for mental energies like this, Sagittarius, because they're trying to distract you from something that's very beautiful. This is the Gemini card, the Lovers. This is the opposite of you, so you may attract some sort of opposite energy of you. We have your other opposite, Pisces, in your reading as well. So this is like a twin flame kind of union. We see the masculine and the feminine. And what do you know? We see a mountain right between them, but the angel is helping them. And then we have the Judgment card. So this is a second chance with a lover and the Ace of Swords. So I see that in Aquarius season, which is very, very soon, a couple of days away, you gain some sort of mental clarity. You gain some sort of mental clarity in Aquarius season, and it's because you keep the faith in this mental decision as well. This mental power. You have the Ace of Wands, and now you have the Ace of Swords. So this is mental and passionate new beginnings, and I do see this coming through in Aquarius season. And I do see this as you keeping the faith in your mentality. And it's interesting that we had those those kind of nasty energies here. And it's because they want to distract you from what's coming for you, Sagittarius. This is a beautiful energy. Mountains in this card as well. Right there, if you can see that. And there is a mountain in the back of the star card as well. So this is a mountain of faith, and it's a mountain of truth. This is speaking your truth. Having faith in your truth. Staying true to the faith that you have. And we have the World card and the Two of Cups. So the further and further we get into your reading, I just see that your world is changing, and there's some sort of union coming in for you. A nice union, a good union, an emotional transaction, an emotional exchange. Wishes coming true. The star card is also about wishes. So you really want to make whatever wish you have, Sagittarius, and I am seeing that it has something to do with the soulmate energy or some sort of Six of Cups energy. So this is the past and the future. Emotions from the past, emotions from the future, but this is the soulmate card. And you have the Lovers card too, and the Two of Cups, so I definitely see love, and I see that you need to see this from a different point of view, because there's a new passionate journey of love that you are going on. And this is you after you've conquered those mountains, because you see here this man is kind of standing away from these mountains. It's because he or she has already conquered them. So a lot of energy there, Sagittarius, but you know, I do what Spirit leads me to do, and I was led to show you all those cards as well. But here's your reading, and that is the mountain that you'll be climbing. Now, I'm going to reveal to you some sort of secret that's being kept from you, though. What is hidden about this reading? This is for Sagittarius, and let's reveal something to them about this reading that is a little bit harder to see, even though you have the moon right in the middle. So that's all about your feelings and all about your inner feelings, what's hidden from you. So let's reveal that to Sagittarius. Something hidden about their reading that they need to know. What is it that we can reveal to them? It is obviously really hidden in there because the cards are... Ooh, okay, there we go. Well, we have Vision. Vision is at the bottom of the deck, but the card that came out for you is Invisible. So that's kind of a little not fair, because it's like whatever's hidden is also invisible from you. But what this is telling you is that, well, this girl, she's actually looking at her own reflection, and she's jumping into a different portal. So I would say that this is the dark trying to reveal to you that there's a whole nother dimension that is hidden in this mountain for you. This is literally the Invisible card. So there's something that you're not seeing, Sagittarius, and it's so hidden that not even I can reveal it to you, because, you know, I asked Spirit what it was, and I got two very strong cards, you know, about something that's not seen. So this is the Vision. So there's some sort of... There's the moon again as well. So it's hidden deep inside you. It may even have something to do with some sort of chaotic understanding that you need to reach. You know, you really want to play around with those energies, that some sort of chaotic... You want to understand the chaos. Understand the chaos in a different way is what I'm seeing. And, you know, you are a portal, Sagittarius. So you have access to astral realms. And you can really meditate and... you know, dig deep. You're going to have to dig deep for this information. But whatever it is, it's awfully hidden there. It's hidden deep inside your subconscious. It's hidden deep inside of your being. But I think this will be revealed to you in some sort of dream, or some sort of... It's going to be revealed to you mentally. So that's the card I have for you, Sagittarius, is the Invisible card. And I know that's kind of like weird, because it's like what's hidden to you is also invisible. So, but I'm a tarot reader, and I don't feel that I need to pry much more than that, because, you know, I don't know, I just respect, I respect Spirit. So that is your reading. And if you have any questions, Sagittarius, I'm gonna have all my information below. I have my social media, and I have my email and my website. And of course you can comment, whatever is easiest for you to get a hold of me. But I'd love to talk more if you guys have any questions about the way your reading went. And other than that, if you'd like to donate to my channel, I have my PayPal below. And also I am starting my own personal readings. So if you feel drawn to speak with me on a more personal level, then you can email me and we can talk about what kind of reading you'd be looking for, and, you know, the prices and all that kind of thing there. So everything you could be looking for is listed below. And I do hope that this reading was helpful and relatable. And I will talk to you guys in February.